This is Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thanks again for joining us. We're joined by Paul Krekorian, a member of the LA City Council, and everyone wants to know, will there be football in the City of the Angels? There is some positive news for those that want football. Talk to us about the Memorandum of Understanding recently passed by the Council.
Well, it's good to be with you, Brad.
Please.
Thanks for asking. This is obviously a proposal that's going to be significantly impactful in Los Angeles,
Sure.
for better or for worse. And that's one of the reasons that from the beginning I've been holding it up to the microscope, and I've been one of the council's skeptics about the proposal, because I think it's important that we really scrutinize both the positive effects, potential effects, and the negative potential effects.
Well, let's talk about that, because when you look at the reports coming out in the media, I guess I'm part of the media, it seems as if the impact should be a net positive. More jobs, both in construction and once the facility is done, more convention business. Are we being snowed?
Well, you hit the important point, because for me, the most important part of this project is the convention center.
Why?
The stadium is entirely privately financed under this proposal. It doesn't involve a penny of taxpayer expense, which is one of the things that I insisted upon before I would approve the Memorandum of Understanding. But part of the deal is that the old hall of the convention center will be torn down, will be rebuilt in another location, provide more contiguous space within the convention center, and that will be a huge positive, I think, for our tourism industry and for bringing outside dollars into Los Angeles.
And that will be financed by bonds floated by the city, about $275 million, down from $350 million. There's some liability on the city side, some on the AEG side. Are you feeling comfortable with that package as presented in terms of bonds?
It took me a while to get there,
Okay.
but yes, I am, because as it has been negotiated now, and it's a much better proposal than it was when we started, as it is now, the cost of those bonds will be paid entirely by direct payments from AEG,
Right.
or by new tax revenues that will be realized from this project.
Right.
So it should have no impact on the general fund. Now, in addition to that, AEG has agreed to put up a $50 million letter of credit. There's $450 million of equity that are going to be in that stadium.
And there's a
Plus,
foreclosure.
LA Live and Staples
Right.
Center are subject to foreclosure if they don't meet their obligations.
Exactly.
So that's pretty good security.
What about the tax revenue that could come in? AEG is saying it could be $41 million a year. Almost half of that, if not half, to the city of Los Angeles. That'd be nice to help close your budget gap.
Sure. Now, often when there are stadium proposals, those estimates are vastly overstated. And so one of the things that I've looked at very closely is, do we have enough information before us to really be able to rely on that? I don't know that I'm going to take that to the bank just yet.
Okay.
Where I needed to get to is the assurance of knowing there's not going to be a negative impact on the general fund, and I do feel satisfied of that.
Okay.
So with that, we will have the benefit of all this economic activity, a new and improved convention center which will create vitality downtown, and in addition, a privately financed stadium that has the prospect of bringing in not only the NFL, but other significant events throughout the year.
So how close are we to groundbreaking, either on the new convention center and or the stadium?
Well, the project is contingent upon AEG securing a contract with an NFL team, first of all. So that's step number one. Before a stadium can be built, a new hall of the convention center must be built.
Oh, interesting.
And then the old hall will be torn down, and then the stadium will be built. It has
That's
to
the
go
order.
in that order. We still have to do a full environmental review to
course.
see what the impacts on traffic,
Will it be
infrastructure,
full?
parking will.
That's what we'll talk about when you come back next time. Will it be a full environmental review? I'm Brad Pomerance. Thank you for joining us. Back to HLN.